Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 110 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. My name's Geige, and I'm here with Dan, of course. Dan, how are you doing?
Doing great, man. 110. We're getting up there.
Yeah, it's getting weird to say. There's so many digits. For anyone new here, Dan and I are the founders of StreamYard, and we do these town halls every single week, Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific. And we do them for a few reasons. One is to stay in tune with you guys, go through the same flow you guys do when you do your own shows. Number two is to answer your questions. So if there's anything you'd like us to address tonight, feel free to leave them in the comments section. We'll do our best to get to them. And always make sure I mention our three pillars, which are ease of use, stability, and professional streams. So if you're about those three things, StreamYard is the tool for you. I see lots of you hanging out tonight, and lots of you were mentioning your cities, which is cool to see. Got Ontario, we got Brazil. I think I saw someone from Scotland. Very cool to see. And of course, before I forget, happy Valentine's Day. I almost forgot that was actually, is it today or
today? Yeah, today.
Happy Valentine's Day. Let us know. I think we have a banner for it. If you have any fun Valentine's Day plans, do let us know. I'm curious what you guys are up to. Also, our StreamYard shows. So we got lots of them now. StreamYard Connect will be returning soon with Ross. We've got Spotlight Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is a show from Dana and Kelsey, highlighting StreamYard users and how they're using the product and having success with live streaming. We've got Tech Talks with Daniel, Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern. Live stream reviews with Christian, Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Coffee with the Ducks at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. And lots of great shows from our partners across our social channels to help you be more successful and learn about live streaming. So be sure to follow us, on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all the places. Cool. We wanted to check in, so we released video sharing a couple weeks ago. So let us know if you're using the feature, if you like it. I'd be curious to get your guys' thoughts. Let's check the comments here.
It's cool announcing so many shows at the start. It used to just be, I think it was just Ross first for a while, right? The StreamYard Connect.
Yeah, it's just StreamYard Connect. Yes, there's lots of them now. We're gonna have to come up with like a show directory. It's David's birthday today. Happy birthday, David! Thanks for tuning in. Cool. Tiffany says, feature request, ability to download separate video tracks. Thank you, Tiffany. That's definitely something that's come up and that we've thought about. I'd be curious how you'd use the feature. Is it mostly to make clips and repurpose, or let us know. I'd be curious how you'd use it. NLTMW says, Town Hall is my fun Valentine's event. Well, I'm happy to hear that, NLTMW. It is Dan and I's as well. Let's see here. I'm trying to see let us know if you got any feedback on video sharing. Curious to know. The Beach Life says, love StreamYard. Look forward to all the new features as you continue to grow. Thanks so much for the kind words. Puerto Rico, lots of different cities. Sweet. Let's see. Leon says, love the video share feature. Just everyone agrees we need to be able to change the titles on the names of the videos. It's great feedback. Thanks, Leon.
Cool. And if we use the name of the video file itself, is that good, or would you like to be able to customize it on top of that?
Yeah, let us know, Leon.
So that'll be a question for all of you that want to change the titles.
Joey won mug yesterday on Christopher's show. Congrats, Joey. Thanks for tuning in.
Cool.
Timothy says, love the video feature. I was able to show teasers and fun snippets. Great to hear.
Sweet.
You guys are so nice. Love all the great comments. Desmond, loving StreamYard. Best decision I ever made. Thanks, Desmond. Dr. Dan says, is multi-track audio coming soon? We are working on multi-track audio, Dan. So keep an eye out for, Dr. Dan. So keep an eye out for that. Next thing we wanted to mention is we recently, very small change, but it's still a cool one in our opinion, is Network Indicator. So it went live pretty recently. I think you said
it's been rolling out slowly just to make sure it works nicely for everyone. So some of you would have had access almost 2 weeks ago. Some of you would have gotten access a few days ago. Basically, if your internet's not very good, we'll let you know about it and give some tips for how to improve it. It's just very useful, especially if you're by yourself, because you don't always know. Like if you have a guest, they'll tell you when your internet's not very good. But if you're by yourself, you don't necessarily know. So it's really for that specific use case. If you haven't seen anything yet, it's just because your internet's probably pretty good, or it just got turned on for you. So if anyone has seen it, right, has seen the feedback, like, hey, your internet's not very good, yeah, let us know. Was that useful? And next week we'll probably ask again because more of you will have had time to actually see it in action.
But yeah, if you haven't seen it, probably a good thing. It means your internet's good. But if you have encountered it, let us know.
Yeah, it'll only appear if your internet's having some trouble.
Stuart says, name the local video files in the same way as the uploaded overlay videos. Thanks, Stuart. Becky says, I would say customize on top of that. Sometimes when I name videos on my computer, it's not necessarily a name I want people to see. Fair enough. Yeah, I could see making that mistake.
That's where it gets tricky. Yeah. Because we wouldn't show it to users, like to your viewers, but if you were, say, a guest and you upload a video file, the host would see the video file immediately, even if you change it, because you'd be changing it after the fact, unless I guess we required you to set a name ahead of time. So yeah, that'd be a question: is when you upload it, is it the type of thing, if you were a guest, you don't want your host to see, or if you're a host, your guest actually won't be able to see the name, so that's not a problem. But if you're a guest on a show and you upload a file, is it a problem that file name would be shown to the host? A question for anyone who wants the name changed.
50 Shades says, can you add a feature to transition from stream to overlays or videos? So I'm guessing 50 Shades, you mean something to do it like automatically. So I mean, you can just click to show the video on screen. But we are, I don't have any set date or notes on what exactly it would look like. But we are constantly thinking about how can we make things even easier and improve the flow. So if you have any specific suggestions on how you'd like that to work, like how you'd actually control that, do let us know. We'd be curious to hear it. Yeah. Sounds like Terry is a similar request. So, one sec. Hide my banner. Terry says, will you be able to do a split edit where I play a video opener, can dissolve video to my talent and allow the audio to continue under my talent and fade out? So again, a lot of things going on there, but again, these types of flows are things we're trying to think through and see if we can make them easier. So we appreciate the feedback.
Yeah, it's a continual balance for us between keeping it as easy as physically possible, but then also giving you as many production features as you need. But we're open to anything. The
other question we had for you guys was audio level in the studio. So some feedback we've gotten from certain people is, sometimes, so I'd be curious if you've experienced this, but sometimes we get feedback that you don't know how, like sometimes your guest's too loud and you don't know it, or you're not loud enough and you don't know it. So would it be useful to have more settings inside the studio to see how loud you actually are, like the ability to maybe check and hear what the output sounds like? Let us know if that's something you've run into or would be useful.
Yeah, I'm sure the more advanced your mic setup, probably the more likely you'd be to have issues there. I find the kind of default mics are usually pretty good, but it's when you're actually able to control the volume and do all, or if you're coming in through like a mixer or something, you're more likely to maybe have struggles there.
Michael says, I would love to have pinned comments and co-host. I know you've never heard me mention this. Yes, we've definitely got that one in the notes, Michael, but we definitely appreciate the request. And at some point there will be pinned comments. I don't have a date, and co-host don't have dates.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out basically the nicest way to do those types of things.
Veronica says, feature request to be able to stream and schedule pre-recorded videos live, or is that already possible? So that is not currently possible, Veronica, but it is a request we get pretty frequently. I'd be curious how you'd be using it. Is it the type of thing where maybe you're out of town one week and you just want to schedule it in case you're out of town? Is it something you'd regularly use? Always useful for us to know how you'd use it. Yep,
I have seen people do, like with the new video sharing feature, and even with screen sharing before, although that wasn't quite as good, you can share a video. If, like, say the problem is that you just don't want to do it live, like it's very high stakes or something, and you need to do a few takes to get it right and then send it out. I've seen people do video sharing to do that. It's not perfect, but that is an option. But if it is, like Geige said, maybe your show is usually at 6 p.m. and you're not going to be there that week, so you want to schedule something to go out at that time. I get that that's a different use case. So let us know which one it is for you, or if it's something else.
Big E, Ohio State fan, says, what is the best video to watch that will explain to a new user how to use StreamYard? We're fortunate we have awesome community of folks. So there's tons of videos out there now, which we really appreciate. So if you just in YouTube, just put in how to use StreamYard, tons will come up. The original one that we made a long time ago, but it's still, there hasn't been too much added that we haven't made separate videos for. So if you just want like the full coverage of the product, our YouTube channel does have a full tutorial that's pinned to the top of the channel. Just if you just in YouTube type in StreamYard, you'll be able to find that. If you guys in the comments know of a better one, feel free to link it. That one is from me. A few more requests for pinned comments. Thanks, NLTNW. This one we chatted about a bit last stream, but I asked it at the very end, so I wanted to ask it again for today, which is how are you using the record feature? So in some ways it's pretty obvious, but I have heard of some unique use cases for it. You know, the most obvious one is maybe you're just, instead of, you don't want to actually go live, you want to have the ability to edit it and then upload it later. But curious how else it's being used, like maybe just for communication in general, like quickly recording a video and sending it out to someone. I'd be curious how you guys are using it.
This type of thing, I imagine the use case for recording is quite broad.
Yeah, definitely.
Even StreamYard in general, I always find it cool, just the different use cases.
Stefan says, any word on being able to move the assets around, layovers and uploaded videos, etc.? So we are planning on adding the ability, Stefan, to drag and drop the overlays, so you can definitely understand the need there for when you're planning out which order you want to select them in. Any thoughts there, Dan?
Yes, not ready yet, but definitely something we're considering and looking into.
Hey, Ross, thanks for tuning in tonight. Ross says, also seeing an indicator is helpful to those who sometimes mute their mic so they know right away no audio. Absolutely. IRC Adventure says, man, hotkeys would be awesome to use with my Stream Deck. Yeah, that one's been requested for a long time, IRC. Again, said it multiple times, don't have a date for anything, but again, we do have this stuff noted and it is being worked on. At some point, you will be able to access hotkeys. Trying to see if we have any interesting recording use cases. Oh, here, thanks. This one was for the audio level question. For check audio level would be great. Record, play, test button like echo call Skype for 10 to 15 seconds and every guest talk before I go live to check if we need up, down volume. Yeah, thanks, Oscar. That's super useful feedback. And yeah, that would be a good way to make sure you get it right, absolutely, and not have to guess how the audio levels actually sound, just so you can actually hear it.
Cool.
MJ says, does StreamYard allow you to do, oh, I lost it there. Basically, he was asking about the ability to pause and play. So that is part of, that does get requested, like when we're trying to do a record-only video, the ability to, instead of doing one long take, stop it and start it again. It's something we're considering adding. I'd be curious how many of you would use that during the recordings, the ability to stop it and start it again. Do let us know. Steve says, we use the recording feature to assess dogs coming into rescue and for dog training. Very cool.
Cool.
I'd be curious, Steve, what you do with the recordings. Like how do you store them? Like, you have a central hub where you share it with your team members? I'd be super curious to know. Andrew says, I'd love the green screen function to be better. I know some people want to have not have to actually have a physical green screen behind them, Andrew. So appreciate the feedback. At some point, hopefully we'll have another version of it where you don't have to have a green screen at all, which I know a lot of people want.
Yep.
Russ, nice to see you here, Russ. I'm creating promos called 5-minute follow-up for previous pirate community using the recording feature. Very cool. Promo videos is an awesome use case.
Cool, yeah.
Coach Danielle says, record feature usage, video upload recordings, client session recordings, recording podcasts. Yeah, client session ones is an interesting one that I didn't think of. So you're kind of using it for a meeting and then having a recording afterwards. Very cool.
Yeah.
Aaron says, can I go live with a wait screen and chat with the people in the waiting room without the viewers hearing us? So before you go live, you can chat with everyone without the viewers hearing you because you're not live yet. But once you're live, people in the backstage can't communicate with each other. There's the private chat, but there's no audio communication. Interesting feature request though, and it has come up in the past.
Yeah, and there are ways to work around it. I mean, it's not great, but you could have like a second broadcast that's just a record-only broadcast where you're kind of doing a meeting in there. It does get pretty involved fairly quickly, though.
Salem says, hello, have you thought about the possibility StreamYard can record and download the audios of each guest separately? Yeah, that one came up a bit earlier, Salem, and that one's coming soon. We're actively working on that. T3P says, I'd like to be able to move around freely and expand or zoom each person. Thanks for the feedback, T3P. Sorry, go ahead, Dan.
So, got it. Noted.
Next topic I wanted to ask you guys about was actually how many of you, so work and hobby sort of blend sometimes, but I'm curious how many of you are using StreamYard just for your own channel that you're passionate about versus within an actual organization, like you're on a social media team or a marketing team and you're using StreamYard for work. I'd be curious to know. For Dan and I, I guess we're technically work.
Yeah. It's not work when you enjoy it, but yes, technically for work.
Let's see here. Sounds like Charlie's not a fan of the backgrounds. Let us know what you'd like to see, Charlie.
Like the default background or our background?
I'm not sure, actually. Let us know, Charlie. Steve says, for training, I can see progress or not. For assessments, the video goes into our database for the dog in case we see future behavior issues. That is super interesting. Thanks for the example, Steve. Veronica says, answer to your question, I'd love to schedule pre-recorded videos live in the event when I'm on vacation or just unavailable. It'd also be useful for trainings and to just batch in general. Good to know. Michael says, feature, I'd love to come in with audio like Zoom does. This way I can join with phone and computer and no feedback.
Your camera froze, Geige, by the way. I thought it was just for me, but it looks like for everyone. I think it's your computer camera just froze.
Yeah, I think I've got some downloads going in the background or something. Let me just rejoin.
Yeah, rejoin. Don't worry, I'll handle it solo. So this specifically the question about backgrounds was referring to our backgrounds. We're definitely open to just follow up on that question. We're always like, if anyone hasn't noticed with our YouTube channel and stuff, we're always experimenting with different types of backgrounds for all our shows and just like different styles. So if you ever see one you don't like or do like, it's always useful feedback for us, whether that's like on the town hall telling us or just even feedback over at support or on Facebook itself, like in our community group. That's always useful. I can't actually show comments on screen as a guest, so I'm just going to have to solo it and read them. All right, let's see what else we got here. It's a great frozen picture though. So I'm curious when I look at the replay, what his frozen picture will look like. I don't know if it, for you guys, it was like cut in half for me and I don't know, flipped as well. I'm hoping he'll be back soon. There we go. You're looking better for me now.
Yeah, I've got this new antivirus software on the computer. I think it's updating or something, and the computer is not liking it. So apologize for that, guys.
So he's got the phone as backup.
Steven's cool question says, I have an upcoming event with Hopin. What's the best way to use StreamYard with Hopin? So right now, Becky says it's a great frozen picture though. Thanks, Becky.
It was a good frozen picture. We like cut in half. It was kind of weird. Oh, now I'm losing him again. I'm thinking Geige needs to switch computers. All right, Steven, upcoming event with Hopin. What's the best way to use StreamYard with Hopin? So right now the integration isn't amazing. Basically, you have to use custom RTMP to do it. So you have to go onto StreamYard. Well, set up your event on Hopin. That's the first step. And then go onto StreamYard, set up custom RTMP. And basically the custom RTMP will go into Hopin, like into the Hopin stage, it's called. We are working on making that much smoother. So we'll be releasing a bunch of exciting things eventually. But right now, that is the way to do it. The network status, I like that. So I can't show these comments, unfortunately. The network status was not working for Geige yet. Yes, unfortunately not. I don't think it's a networking thing for him. I think it's his computer is kind of on the fritz. Unfortunately, it's a new computer. It's the first time he'd ever streamed on that computer. So obviously it's got some problems. But hey, it is live streaming, right? Things like this happen all the time. And sometimes you need to solo it as a guest. It's gonna be a problem when I need to be able to end the broadcast at the end though, right? We'll see. He's got lots of computers, I'm sure. He won't be gone for too long. All right. Yeah, sorry, we didn't get to Michael Daniel's question. I have to find it again. I know Geige had it up. I didn't address it, and then he skipped past it. I'm just carrying on to the bottom of the questions here. Okay, how's the Twitch integration coming? Any new updates coming? So this is from Paul. Paul, I'd be interested which types of updates you like. I know one of the things we have is we don't allow people to customize which category it is on Twitch. So if that's something, let us know. And any other things, what would you like to see from Twitch? Because I know there's definitely more we could add. It's not something we spent too much time on. Like we've always been a bit more focused on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, but obviously interested in supporting Twitch as well, especially as they start to get more into the non-gaming side of things. So let us know. Why are you not a co-host, Dan? Because we don't have a co-host feature. We like to, this might sound weird, we like to put ourselves through the pain of exactly what I'm just explaining, Geige, why I'm not a co-host in the stream. We like to put ourselves through the pain of what our users go through. Like if we don't have a co-host feature and it's inconvenient for users to log into the same account, we like to kind of put ourselves into that as well, so that when things like this happen, like I feel exactly what you guys feel or your guests feel when you have to go through it. I think that's important. I think having empathy for users is super important. That's why we don't like log into the same account or kind of like do workarounds. It really makes me want to add a co-hosting feature, right? That's why. Welcome back.
Yeah, so I think that computer literally died or something. So I'm sorry. It shut off and I can't turn it back on. I don't know what's going on.
But now you're on your slow computer, right? The other one?
Now I'm on an even, yeah.
Oh,
We'll fix it for next week. I don't know if Dan mentioned it, but we just moved, so everything's a bit different right now.
Yep. You can probably tell we're in the same house.
Yes.
Based on the styling of our doors.
So I think I had just asked how many of you use StreamYard for work, so thank you guys for that. The next thing I wanted to ask was, this room's also very, very echoey as well, so I apologize for that. How many of you are on the new page experience for Facebook? I think it's rolling out slowly, so I'm not sure how many of you would actually have access, but I'm curious if you do have access to it and what you think of it, if you're a fan of it or not.
Yeah, and for some of you probably never heard of it. I certainly had until, I'm not sure when they actually started doing it. I hadn't heard of it until a few weeks ago. But it sounds like it's basically the same as Pages, but now Pages also kind of behave like a profile where you can, message people and sort of do some of the things that only profiles can do. It's definitely causing some issues though. There's a lot of Facebook bugs related to the new page experience, unfortunately. I'm sure they'll work it out eventually. I certainly hope.
Absolutely. Sounds like most people don't know what the new page experience is, so I guess that means most people don't have it. I don't actually have a great description of it. I wish I could tell you exactly what it is. It's just Facebook slightly changed Pages and they're calling it the new page experience, but I think most people don't have access to it.
Yeah.
Paul says, loving the echo effect Geige has. I guess it's it's a good live streaming point actually, is if you have a room with no furniture in it, you're gonna have a bad echo. So if you stream from an empty room, you should try to make it not.
And hardwood too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those things you had on your wall in the other house, for anyone who saw like your past streams, those work well. So that I know a lot of musicians do stuff like that. I don't know if it's the exact same one you have or what, but those little squares that absorb sound, like, man. And even I know growing up with drumming, the room that my drum set was in was all wood, right? Like wooden floor, wooden everything. And it was terrible sound. But yeah, you just put up a few, like even if a couch, like having a couch in the room, huge difference. Or if it's the same room you have like a bed in, or you can just put like a blanket behind your setup or something, like anything helps a lot. Even your green screen in the other room probably helps a ton. Just any sort of fabric that absorbs sound.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. I should have quickly dragged it in with me. I didn't want to leave you hanging for too long. Yeah. Can we go ahead and do the giveaway?
Yeah, let's do it. Let me screen share. You can explain the rules.
Kirk says, the new share video has volume control. That would be great for the host to have on guests as well. I know we can control guest volume by clicking the 3 dots, but having a slider would be great. Thanks, Kirk. Good to know. Yeah, some of you, I can tell because you've already are typing it in, but we've been doing giveaways every week. So Today we'll be giving away, let me show a picture here. We'll be giving away a pillow and a mug tonight. So if you just type in hashtag the yard, you'll be eligible to win, and we'll randomly pick one of you guys. I'll put a banner up just so you know exactly what you have to type in, just right there.
Cool. And just to answer, I just see Missy's question in the chat. Are prices going to go up with the merge with Hopin? No. No, they will not be going up. Ready to go?
Maybe give it
A little longer?
Give it a, maybe 10, 15 more seconds.
Too easy.
It's cool seeing all the hashtag the yards. Lots of comment picker widget requests. It is something we're trying to figure out the best way to release it, guys, but we definitely know it's popular. All right, I think we're good now, Dan.
All right, here we go. Mug and a pillow.
Champrix, congrats. Thanks so much for tuning in. Dana will reach out to you and get your info, and you will be the proud owner of a StreamYard mug and pillow. Thank you guys so much.
Awesome. Congratulations.
All right, let's see if I can catch one more question here. We'll answer it. Otherwise, we'll wrap things up. Nancy's saying do a giveaway of a life-sized dock and the two of you. Yeah, we'll have to do that at some point. A couple questions about the giveaway tool. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just something we've done custom for this. It's not publicly available. At some point, we would like to do that though. A couple questions about the audio track. So Luke, it's coming, again, don't have an exact date, but it's actively being worked on, and it's going to be coming very, very soon. So this was episode 110 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. Sorry about the computer issues. I'll have my proper setup going next week. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us.
Cool. It's all part of the experience. See you next week, everyone.